Hi. Hello, members. Dave, is it just you? I am pulling up my channel. Do 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 do. There we go. And the crazy thing is that I can't see how many people are watching. So I got a big fat 0 up here, which is weird. I usually don't have that, but I am just getting set up, guys. Hello, Amanda Clark. Hello, Hutchess. Hutchess, thank you for being here. I 100% need some crazy mods here. So I don't know what's going to happen today. Trolls are everywhere. More are coming. More are coming. So we should have more mods here. So welcome, guys. This is our members only chat. I am not going to do the giveaway until the end because I want to make sure we get as many people in here as possible. So we'll do the giveaway nearing the 3:15 mark. We'll do it near 3:15. I've got all of my communications up and going today. So, and I know I have to apologize. You are Shania Twain. Amanda, I was just talking to my mom about how beautiful you are. So my mom's going to be looking around town for your billboards. So, you never know. Violetta, hello, my dear. So we are going to kick it off. So do we have any personal questions in the chat? And do we have any celebrity channels? Questions. I know that David Beckham has, it's been announced that he is going to get his Sir David Beckham, which I think is amazing. I did predict that, but I think I said that William was going to give it to him. So let's see what happens with that. I did think super wrong if there were trolls. I'm a hobbit myself, so no trolls, no trolls. I'm a hobbit because I have hairy feet. But it has been a wild weekend so far. All of the kittens are out on a little excursion right now. So I am getting more comfortable with them kind of being out and about. So I'm okay with it. Orange Julius paid a visit yesterday, and I sent out a message to my neighbors, and I said, I hope they're talking about child support and visitation and not about how easy it is to have a large family with a human nanny. Because those kittens are well cared for when she is not here. I go out there, I hang out with them, we cuddle. So Gandalf yesterday everyone else was in eating, and Gandalf was off the porch and under the porch, and he got his butt stuck in the lattice. So we have lattice underneath our porch, and there was one part that was down. So it's just very foolish. So all right, so drop me some questions, guys. Let's go. Hello, Karen. Hello, Karen. I have a cup of tea that is coming down. Still have my Arnold Palmer here. Violetta, yes, personal too. Membership. Hi, Drusilla. Membership, you guys, you get anything you want. I'll read celebrity, I'll read personal questions, whatever you want. So I have a question. You know what? I actually know the answer to this. We just watched it the other day. So the reason why we didn't, Greg was with me, and I can't remember what the actual reason is. Rats. So let's see. will America ever? Oh, let me bring up the card view. That would help. And look, StreamYard got their head out of their, you know what, their jacksie. So will America ever fully transition to the metric system? Yeah, we are kind of like a mishmash, aren't we? So, oh no, Ace of Pentacles. I think what we do here in the United States is pretty much what it is. Seven of Wands, Five of Pentacles, Wheel of Fortune. I think we're kind of where we are with that. I don't think they're gonna manage it anymore. So we have like like half metric, half regular. Half metric, half regular. It is kind of stupid. It's stupid because the rest of the world runs on it and it's easier. The metric system is easier. So your youngest, Violetta, will run an adoption event tomorrow for Silver Award Girl Scout. Oh, very good. Will it be successful? Is it for animals? Is it an animal adoption event? That sounds like so much fun. Two of Wands. King of Cups. Eight of Wands. I got you, Karen. Hang on. And Three of Swords. So, yes, the event, High Lady of the Lake, the event is going to be successful. It is going to be a lot of work. I do think if this is an animal adoption event, I think she's going to be a little bit sad about somebody who didn't get adopted. But don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Drusilla. We can talk about that a little bit more. So Violetta, I think that's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Karen, long story, but a friend Susie had multiple health. Keep putting your question in. It's okay. Yes, cats and dogs. I think she's going to be sad about one that doesn't get adopted. So I don't know if you have room in your house. Oh, Karen. Okay, so long story, but friend Susie had multiple health issues, got on new meds, passed out, fell, broke jaws, 62 staples in her head, liquid diet for months at 90 pounds, and jumped from the falls in Yosemite. I see, Yvette. I got you there. July is 3 years. Her body hasn't been found. I'm so sorry, Karen. That's terrible. That is terrible. Terrible. Let me switch decks. I'm going to switch decks. Let's get a little bit more of a serious deck here. So just so you guys know, I have a bonus video coming up for you tonight, and it is the kerfuffle between Elon Musk and Trump. So it'll be up tonight, New York time, like 6:30, 5:15. I think I put it up. So Karen, will they find her? Will they find her? So, Karen, trying to be as delicate as possible on this one. I think they are going to find some evidence, but not a lot. So someone's going to stumble upon something, and I don't know if it's an artifact or something. like that, if it's like a piece of clothing or like a purse, I don't know if it's biological. Um, but I think that there will be some evidence that is more conclusive, that gets us to a more conclusive part. So I don't know if it's biology. Hi, thankfully. Um, yeah, I don't know if it's biological. I think they find like I don't know if it's a handbag or it's something like that is definitively hers, that they find. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me see. Will they ever be able to find her? So there is a man that is going to be down there, and I do feel like he has a hiking stick, so I feel like it's more of a hike than say hunting or something like that. Um, and I think that he is the one that will be able to kind of resolve this. I'm kind of getting like this part, so we may have like a shoulder and head and an arm. I'm sorry, I don't mean to be insensitive, but I feel like there's a partial remain, um, that will be uncovered eventually, not this year, but I think eventually. And I think that will, I mean, fortunately, we have the dental records and that kind of thing. Thank you so much, my darling. Oh, you are a hero. Look at this. Nice hot cup of tea. Thank you. You're welcome. You're my favorite girl child. Thank you. Easy to say when I only have two. Oh, that's a good cup of tea. So, yeah, and I do think that we ultimately get resolution. I think we do get some closure and resolution on this. So I'm so sorry, Karen. I'm so sorry. So I give it a little bit. I think 2 or 3 years. I think we may be able to recover something, which I know is a really long time. That's a really long time for him. So I am so sorry. So we're going to switch over to Yvette's question. I'm going to switch decks. Actually, I'm going to go for the Pulp Tarot. Everybody loves the Pulp Tarot, and I just don't use it enough. I don't use it enough. Oh, Greg had a suggestion for a theme for next week. Dead rock stars. What do you guys think? I could do readings on dead rock stars all week. Oh, Bad Boy. Oh, I thought it was. I immediately went to Bon Scott because I love Bon Scott. Huh? He still fits. Bad Boys of Rock and Roll was Greg's suggestion.
Kind of goes the opposite of Diva. Well, not the opposite, but kind of complementary to Diva.
Well, they all kind of go together, don't they? Morrison, come here. So, pounds to dollars on the same day. 1966. Oh, are you guys switched? I didn't know that. I didn't know you were imperial at one point and went to metric. What do I know? I don't know anything. I don't know anything about Australia except every animal that you guys have are trying to kill us. Drop bass.
Drop bass.
Drop bass. Jimi Hendrix, yeah. Jimi Hendrix, let's go. I don't think it was his time when he left. I don't think it was his time. I don't think he was supposed to go. I think that was like a user error. Just saying. So what happened to Meghan Markle's niece, Ashley? No one has seen her since the documentary. What is going on with Ashley since 2022? That's a long time. 2022 is a long time ago. I was younger then.
You were younger yesterday.
I was younger yesterday. Samantha! Ace of Pentacles. Carolina, ¿cómo está, my darling? Eight of Pentacles. Judgment in reverse. Ace of Wands. Knight of Swords. Ace of Swords. Oh, you know what? I have a new tarot deck here too, don't I? So Meghan Markle's niece, Ashley. I got you, Zephyr. I see that. And here's my handy dandy office knife. It's from El Salvador. As you can see,
Condor?
It's the Condor, yes. Is it a Condor knife? Look at that beautiful. That's a knife. Right, Dave? So that is my desk knife, but it's also my yard knife. So oh goody, I got a new Radiant Rider Weight. I needed this deck. I actually have another one floating around the house someplace. I have one that's marked up for students, but we're not using those. So Ashley, looking at this, Ashley had her foundations rocked. Eight of Pentacles here is, I'm going to use the knife. Eight of Pentacles here means that she's not working. This Ace of Wands tells me that the plans that she had did not work out. And we also have that Ace of Swords in the future underneath, which is cutting off, making changes, intellectual changes. And then we have that Judgment card in reverse. Her judgment was off. Knight of Swords up at the top in reverse is curious as well, because that says, I've got a cover story. I've got a secret for you. I've got a delicious secret for you. Picking out a thermos for Lady of the Lake. I see your question too. We're going to bust out this Radiant Rider Weight in just a second, because I feel like being a little basic AF today. When did that ever happen, Greg?
Never know.
I am never basic.
Never know you.
Don't like being basic. So there we go. We're going to wash that deck and get it ready to go. So don't forget, at 1:15, we are going to do our giveaway. So stick around. Samantha, you and I have to do a reading. So don't put in for the free reading, because you're getting a free reading anyway, my friend. You are getting a free reading, my dear. Samantha Mustard. Huh? Well, she gets free readings. So just for the record, Samantha Mustard gets free readings from me all the time, whenever she wants. I am your Jambi. Mecca lecca hi, mecca hiney ho. So I do think
She
that
might get you in the hall with the candle.
she might get me that's her dad, Colonel Mustard.
Sure.
Samantha, I'm just taking the piss. I love you, sweetie. I love you. Sit tight, guys. So why is Ashley hiding out? Why is she hiding out at the Mo? Why is she hiding out at the Mo? Six of Pentacles, the Sun. Judgment in reverse on the bottom again, guys. Shuffled deck, not kidding. Five of Wands in the past. Five of Cups, ultimate disappointment. Seven of Pentacles. There is something about her relationship with her sister that she is thinking back on. This is a, like, did I back the wrong horse? It's a very much did I back the wrong horse kind of energy. So very curious. The Seven of Pentacles is always looking backward and seeing, did I fight the right fight? This Five of Wands really is quite the Oh, Drusilla, if you like the members that lives on the week, I think I might go back to Saturdays. I might go back to Saturdays. Oh, I love you too, Samantha. You are peach and a half. You are my. What is it? Is it an Irish? It's an English rose and an Irish what? There's an English rose.
Irish rose too.
And an Irish rose. All right, you'll be my Irish rose. She goes in the billiard room with the candlestick. So I do think that Ashley is rethinking this association. Now, here's curious. This is fun. What's going to come out into the sun with Ashley? It's the Six of Pentacles. And oh, what are we doing? What are we doing? Passing money from hand to hand. Passing money from hand to hand. That means that there is a relationship that is inequitable. There's a have and a have not. Hi, Marianne. Oh, I didn't see you go by, Marianne. Hello. Oh, that's a delicious cup of tea. That is a delicious cup of tea. Whoever told me to start drinking Yorkshire Red, you are my favorite person because that is a delicious cup of tea.
Peachy drinks.
Huh?
Peachy drinks Yorkshire.
Who does?
Peachy. He's a mini painter on
Oh, it's delicious. I like Yorkshire Gold too, but I like Yorkshire Gold with lemon and honey, and I like my Yorkshire Red with sugar and milk. But whenever I talk about tea, Trevor makes a face because I don't like tea. I don't like tea. I'm a coffee drinker. So let me go back over here. So this is a preview. Drusilla said the veil is open at the moment, and I've been dying to watch like Irish Thorn. Oh my
Irish Thorn.
Stop, Samantha. Stop it. So that's hilarious. Oh, I love you.
Irish Thorn, right in your arse.
It's right in your arse. I'll give you what you ask for. So,
They'll think twice after they shove a lemon wedge up their arse.
A lemon wedge?
Oh,
Jesus. So, Drusilla says she knows the veil is open at the moment. Extra paranormal activity may occur through June 11th. Yes, correctamundo. So here is part 2. I'm going to switch up the decks again. We're going to use this brandy new deck. The Radiant Rider Waite is the deck that I recommend for my students. We're going to wash the deck to start out with. We're going to drop a little selenite on it. It's brand new. Those of you that are students of the tarot and the esoteric cartomancy arts, one of the ways that you can clean your deck, you can kind of reset it back to factory settings. You can wash it on a table like this. You can also put them back in order. That's kind of my favorite way to store my decks. I like to put them all in the correct order. So it's major arcana, any additional cards that the deck may have. And then I go from wands, swords, cups, pentacles, and I put them in. I put the court cards along with that, so it goes from ace to king. So I do that. I do that a lot, and then I just put them in a tarot bag. I keep most of my decks in tarot bags.
Is there a cartomancy teacher in Hogwarts?
I don't think there is. No,
You should be.
I should have been. So we're gonna wash this deck again just to make sure we get a nice combination. If you notice, I'm spinning the cards. Notice you're not seeing what I'm doing on the other side. Tomorrow when I do my Sunday gratitude, I'm going to talk a little bit more about tarot. I'm going to teach a little bit of tarot for the next few weekends. So just on Sundays. So, all right. So now, Drusilla, question is, I've been extra emotional lately. Friend Dwayne's birthday is June 11th, and he passed away in 2021. I am so sorry. Is he around you? Does he have a message for you? Father, Son, Holy Spirit, always recognize them. So there we go. Page of Pentacles. Ace of Swords. Six of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 4 of Pentacles in reverse. This is something I don't want you to worry about, okay? So this is kind of letting go. And that's really where you are in this equation right now. So the Page of Pentacles, are we trying to get messages across? Yes. They are direct messages. So I don't want you to think that you have to divine, what tea leaves are saying, or birds that are flying at the windows or anything like that. I want you to hear those messages that are coming through. So my grandmother came to me the other night in a dream, and that's a really easy way for spirits to communicate with us, through dreamscape, because it doesn't require a lot of energy on their part, and we are in a condition where we're ready to accept messages like that. So my grandmother came to me, and she's in my kitchen all the time. She judges my cooking. She taught me how to cook. Her and my mother. Like, not to impugn my mom, but my grandmother taught me how to make macaroni and cheese. She taught me how to make a lot of Italian food. My mom makes a hell of a brisket, but I'm talking about Italian food. A hell of a lasagna. I never learned how to make her lasagna. I just found the pasta queen. I make her lasagna now. It's really good. Don't tell my mom. But so my grandmother came to me in a dream and told me that I should be doing more mediumship. And Dave Murphy and I just talked about mediumship not long ago. I don't advertise myself as a medium. I do advertise myself as a psychic. I can do mediumship. I don't advertise for it because, first of all, I can't guarantee that everybody's going to come through. Psychic reading, I can always find some information I can kind of go around. But if somebody's looking for their dear sweet Aunt Tilly, I can't guarantee that dear sweet Aunt Tilly is going to come through. I had someone ask me in a reading the other day, and I said, boy, he's really quiet. That person is really quiet. They don't want to say anything. They really want you to learn this lesson on your own. And that sounds like a cop out, like body language or HT tutor would like call me out on that. But mediumship is a very intimate moment with a family or with the survivors of a loved one that's gone. So I want to make sure that I have the right person, and sometimes I don't always want to talk. Some people are very, very good at mediumship, and that's what they do. My friend Rick Paul is very good at mediumship. He is very good at tapping into people, tapping into spirit, and getting those messages. For me, I'm better at like kind of seeing the whole thing. One of my girlfriends, she's like every single meeting that you ever sent me into, equipped with how people were going to behave in her corporate job. She goes, you were absolutely bang on, like 100%. Down to like if somebody had the sniffles, So there are certain things that we're better at. I'm really good at business negotiations behind the scenes and interpersonal negotiations. So long answer to this. So I think he is trying to communicate to you, and I want you to stop trying to get that information through this. It's not going to go boom, you just hear the voice. But sometimes you do hear a phrase. Sometimes you do get those messages. Sometimes somebody else says the message to you. My friend Danny, who this is his memorial tattoo, used to say smile and wave all the time, because he was half Italian, half Irish, and he wasn't as fired up as me. And I would get fired up about something. He'd go, Anna, just smile and wave. Just smile and wave. Like let them do their stupid stuff. And I was like, you know what, you're right. I should do that. So every now and then I'll be fired up about something, and a person totally unrelated to that person will say, just smile, just wave, like oh yeah, there it goes, boom, there it is. So stop looking for the concrete. If you notice, we've got pentacles, 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 swords. Stop looking for the concrete. Feel the emotion. Feel the emotion. Let the emotion and the information come through. It will be very definitive. So, oh, I see Drusilla. He used to call you butthead. If you hear someone say butthead in your head, don't do it, butthead. Buy that shirt, butthead. Like, that's probably him. So, welcome him into your dreams. Welcome him into your dreams. And I do think he's trying to talk to you. But what do we get from him here now that you've got translator? Hey, Yesenia. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Ah, reach beyond the veil. So the high priestess, if you look, there's a veil behind her. If you look very carefully, you can see there's water and land behind the pomegranate veil. That is the waters of infinite knowledge. That is your intuition behind her. You are not diving into those waters. He wants you to dive into those waters and let go of the control. The emperor is in control of everything. Look, he's on the stone throne. He's very firm in his ideas. Let go of your control. You're going to hear more. You will hear more. You will absolutely hear more. I love this leaderboard thing that we've got on Tube of the U now. So the leaderboard ranks you guys as to oh, you know what's cool? I can see everybody that's in the chat too. The leaderboard, that's those little purple crowns that are next to you. Those are like top commenters. And basically they're trying to get you guys to fight for first position. It's like Greg couldn't decide on having a best man at our wedding, and he said we didn't have a best man or a maid of honor. I have Ella and Angus were in the wedding, of course, and they kind of served in those roles. But Greg was like, I have so many friends. I'm gonna have them fight to the finish to figure out who's gonna.
It's the best man.
It's the best man.
The best man.
Amanda, I see your question. Hang on, kitten. I'm gonna get to you. Get to you. So, Zephyr, is LA going to erupt into complete chaos? Let's give it a time span. Is LA going to have a wild summer? Let's call it that way. Swords. 5 of Pentacles. Swords, yeah, there's conflict. You know, here's the thing. Is that I think the conflicts that we're going to see in LA over the summer, first of all, are going to be weather specific. So if there's like a really hot day, Summer of Sam, the Spike Lee movie Summer of Sam, it was super hot, and it was the Son of Sam murders that were going on. It was super hot, and everybody was very edgy because of that. I think if they get some warmer weather there, if like things get dialed up, if they've got wildfires, if something like that is going on that kind of raises the temperature, I think we're going to see more and more of these outbursts. But I don't think that they're going to be organic. I do think there's going to be some seeded drama. Oh, Antifa's out right now? Okay. So I think it's seeded drama. And I do think that this is being spurred on. It's the great work and the things that didn't work before. So they're going to be looking back at the Rodney King riots. They're going to be looking back at all those kinds of things and go, well, where did that get quelled, and how can we work around that? So I think that's kind of a curious thing. Do they want LA going bananas? Cups, Pentacles. Yeah, they're trying to disrupt so that I think Gavin Newsom is going to be like the hero of the day. So Lionel Nation, I don't know if you guys follow Lionel Nation, but Lionel Nation said we are due for a FF. You guys know what an FF is? Zephyr, I know you know what it is. Just put it in the chat in like coded language so everyone knows what I'm talking about. So Lionel Nation thinks that we are about to have an FF. Da 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 da. Just sit right back and hear a tale of something, something, something. State that's gone to shit. What? So, oh, hang on. Let me mark that, Drusilla. Let me mark it. Let me mark it. Guys, if I don't get to your question when we go over to the general live, I will still answer your question. So they are still marked. That's why I kept it so it was all one continuous stream. So I'll have to do a little bit of tinkering in between. So I think the plan is really to have Gavin Newsom be in a position of like George W. Bush during 9/11. You know, he was kind of the voice of reason in all of it. I don't even get me started on that whole thing because I have an opinion. We're talking about the FF means firefighter. Thank you, Zephyr, with your wonderful concealed language there. So Lionel Nation is saying that we are ready for an FF. And I think that this possibly is part of it. He was saying that it was going to be extremists of a certain group that may or may not have been bananas in the middle of a desert someplace.
Of course, it's going to be extremists. It's never mild-minded people that do this.
I don't know. I am mild-minded, and sometimes I act amok. So you know, I think this is part of it. But the goal is, I think, to make Newsom look good. I think this is to make Newsom look good, like he's a great leader, like he's an accomplished, great leader that can actually do some good. So, yes, I do think we're going to have an interesting summer there. Will they be able to maintain a hold on that rattlesnake? If they're trying to shake things up, are they going to be able to maintain control on the rattlesnake? Nope. It's going to get out of control, and then they're going to regain control, and it will be really obvious with this. Did you ever see the movie Wag the Dog? I think we're going to see more of a very obvious, poorly executed Wag the Dog. I don't think it's that they're running out of money. I think they're running out of actors to jump into the they brought in the National Guard yesterday. Yeah, I just don't think I don't think this is you know, again, when you see my video on Elon and Trump later today or later this morning for you, Dave, I don't think they have enough good enough actors to come in. And, you know, David Hogg is off doing something else. Did I say David Hogg? David Hogg. He's like the co-chair of the Democratic National Party now.
Is he?
Yeah.
He's that victim for hire. Witness for hire, isn't he?
I don't know what he is. He's ridiculous.
The news.
He should date Greta Thunberg.
Yeah.
They'd be a great couple. Could you imagine? Oh my God, that's a reading I want to do. David Hogg dating Greta Thunberg, who's on her way to Gaza. I don't know if she's still on her way to Gaza. I presumed her romantic intentions. So more to come on that, Zephyr. I think I might have to do a big reading on that. But Drusilla's got another question coming up about the California. So will Keir Starmer leave, or will he be pushed? Nice, Drusilla. Oh, I'll still address your question, Dave. I don't have to skip your question. All right. All right. All right. All right. When will Keir Starmer leave? So I do think, Lady of Lake, and I'm sorry, I think he's going to serve out this term. I don't think. If anybody knows, let me know when his term is over. I think he's got 3 years to go. I think it's 3. Um, I think he's going to serve out the term, even though people don't like him. I don't think that they're going to push him out. And again, this is this at this moment, because somebody could get like, oh, I'm sorry, Deborah. Somebody could get a great idea and kind of push him out of the way. Now, Nigel Farage, I do think Nigel Farage is sitting in the wings. They are trying, the powers that be, not the people of the UK, but the powers that be are really trying to keep a lid on Nigel Farage. They're trying. He really is a pressure cooker that's about to boom, just go all over the place. But I think Keir Starmer like kind of stays the course for now. I don't see him being pulled out. We have no direction here. Do people like him? No, absolutely not. The consensus, he is not someone who was put into power because people actually really, really like him. You know, and I hope he doesn't send his thugs to come and get me because huh?
Not Sally Field.
He is not Sally Field. People do not really, really like him. Or is it like me? Yes, it was like me, she said. I'm about to knock my earrings right out. This one earring won't stay closed, guys. Hey, I'm just going to give it a squeeze. I gave my ear a squeeze, and now it's hurting. So, will the powers that be, are they building momentum behind Keir Starmer to push him out? Me too, Dave Murphy. Have Keir Starmer standing there with a sign that says Annabelle Miller. Right this way. Right this way. You stole fizzy lifting drink. So the powers behind the opposition, are they building steam? Are they building up to get Keir Starmer? Off you go. Off you go. Oh, same cards, guys. Same cards, but in the upright. Ultimately, there's going to be a changing of the guard. So everybody that's in the UK right now, I want you to know, there's going to be a changing of the guard. You're going to see a revolution of voting similar to what we saw here in the United States. You're going to see people coming out, not necessarily voting for like conservative, like Donald Trump, but voting more. I think there's going to be more presence in the vote. I think we're going to have more people show up. I believe it was like 30% or 33% had voted in your last election. You're going to see a lot more people showing up this time. So don't worry. The election results are going to be reflective of the will of the people, but I don't think that we're going to see this flip-flop again. There is, I'm just going to bring up my face for a second. There is this feeling that they don't, much like the monarchy, they don't want the monarchy to change too much because they don't want people to lose faith in the government. They just don't want people to see a lack of continuity, a lack of, there was too much of that revolving door with the whole, Angela, whatever her name was. What was her name? Liz Truss. I'm sorry, not Angela, Liz Truss. We saw Liz Truss for a hot minute. She got to have the last meeting with the Queen, which seems kind of stupid for someone who was a prime minister for what, 36 hours or something. It was a little bit longer than Kim Kardashian's marriage to that one dude, and Britney Spears' marriage to the other guy out in Las Vegas. But I think they don't want to disrupt the position yet. I think it creates too much instability. Losing the queen, King Charles being sick, I think there's too much stability and instability present in the United Kingdom right now, and they don't want Keir Starmer. I think cooler heads that are thinking about this, more moderate-minded people in your government are thinking, we can't keep having, like prime minister after prime minister. We have to kind of ride this one out. We've got to see it through to the end. So, yeah, Dave, I agree. We do need compulsory voting. So Drusilla, oh, and we're after I answer this question, we'll do our drawing. Your neighborhood has become an absolute ish hole thanks to Section 8. I can't afford to sell and move. Oh, honey. Will your neighborhood ever be safe? I am sorry about that. We have conditions here in our town. Any new development that gets put in, what is it, 10% has to be Section 8?
Something right now.
Yeah, it's something like 10%. So if you build a 10-unit apartment complex, one apartment has to be Section 8. If you build 100, 10 have to be Section 8. So will your neighborhood ever be safe? So it won't go back to the way that it was, my dear. I am sorry to say that. And I do think that there's a bit of distaste about the elements that are there. This does suggest that, take precautions. Section 8. I'm sorry, Dave. That's low income housing. We have from state to state like different requirements for it. So you have to earn under a certain amount, and then there's a sliding scale above that. So like say you earn $50,000, you may get a voucher for like $2,000 toward an apartment. Apartments here for like a three-bedroom apartment in our town is like 3,400, 3,200 a month. So you would get a voucher that would pay for part of it. But the landlord has to accept Section 8. Like some of them have the criteria. So there's a whole bunch of different variations of it, or different levels. I shouldn't say variations, but different levels that you can jump in on. So I do think precautions taken are valuable for you. What if you did want to like rent or something like that? I think if you had opted, like I know you said you can't afford to, but say you opted to take your equity, buy another place, and then rent that out. I think that would be. I think you basically would have to say like I'm prepared to lose a bit of this investment or lose some value on this investment. Stand firm for now. What can you do to resolve this for the moment? That's interesting because the sun says that movement will be joyous, that there will be opportunity to move. So not today, Mr. Potter, but perhaps something will change in the future. There may be something that makes it advantageous to you to move. So these three right here, very interesting. What is going to happen? Yeah, I think something may happen that will make that advantageous to you. You may yet get out of there, my dear. So let's do this before I continue. Let's do our giveaway. I got to do a few things here. we are going to bring up our StreamYard giveaway tool. StreamYard giveaway tool. We'll do the song. Let's have a giveaway. Do-do-do-do. All right. And my stomach is growling. Share screen. Now remember, guys, you have to write it exactly the way that you see it on the screen. So exactly the way that, oh yeah, don't worry, Zephyr, you just have to, it works, you have to put the comment in there. So you got to comment, hashtag, read me exactly as you see it in the screen. Let me take down that comment. There you go. This is to be entered in a drawing for a free reading. And to simplify things, guys, I am just for all of the membership, because a lot of the time I don't have, like, there's no way that I can tell which is which. Oh, Marianne, just do it in lowercase. I want to make sure that it does do it in lowercase. So I've got 1, 2, 4. I see. Keep going, guys. I know there's not a lot of us in here. Yeah, Marianne, just do it in lowercase. I just want to make sure you are included in there. I think it did include it. So, all right, guys, going once, going twice. How many people? We have 10 people in here. Going once, going twice, 3 times a lady. I love you. All right, so I think that's it. I think we got everybody. 6 people going once, going twice, and I'm spinning the dial. Hey! Congratulations, Carolina. So, Carolina, send me an email. fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com. Send me an email over there, and I will send you a link so that you can book your free reading with me. Congratulations. Exciting stuff. Let me just put you on my list. Do-do-do. I just have to put you on the list. Sorry. Free reading winner for June. There we go. All right. So good stuff. Good stuff. So send me over an email, Carolina. Congratulations. And Carolina, I think you're in a different time zone. So if we have to play with the schedule a little bit, no problem at all. So yay, Carolina, we'll do this again next month for sure. Let me get back to the questions. I just want to make sure. So I had a gut feeling Musk and Trump's bromance would break up. And that was a psychic score for me. Is there any comeback from Musk's nuclear tweet about Trump? Will he sue Musk for that? So wait till you see my reading tonight. Wait until you see it tonight. So any comeback from the nuclear tweet? Queen of Swords. 9 of Pentacles. Page of Cups. I'm going to ask you, Dave, what do you think? Here is the when we get the queens and the kings in reverse, they're liars. When we get the swords, I'm sorry, when we get the swords in reverse, they're liars. They're lying. Is our queen very good at it? Yes. Do we have some protection from any kind of fallout on this? I think so. And this Page of Cups, I think, not a problem. When you see my reading tonight, not to like tease it too much, but when you see my reading tonight, I think it's all going to make sense. It's all going to make sense. I was like kicking that around for the last few days. Dave Murphy, 2064 reading. After our 3.5 earthquake, 2 suburbs down last week. Do you see a bigger earthquake to hit you guys? Gregopedia said check the solar weather. So yeah, we did a lot of poking around, Greg and I, about how the solar events affect earthquakes, how they are the cause of earthquakes, and not the cause. There's a correlation between earthquakes and solar events. So apparently, it puts pressure on the atmosphere. Yeah. Oh, you're in Toronto, Carolina. Thank you. Thank you. So when I look at Australia, there's something that's going to happen to the top part. I don't want to say northeast, but the northern east. There's something that's going to happen there. I don't think that that's an earthquake, though. I think it's affected by possibly like a little tsunami kind of action. Page of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 8, Page of Wands, Strength. I think we get some effects in that northern east section that I'm looking at. I think we get some shaky effects, but I think there's more after effects from another event. It feels hot. I don't know what that is. It feels hot. Dave, he said, "Oh, if it's on the northern territory, we can afford to lose that."
Wildfire, maybe?
Yeah, it feels hot. It feels hot and dusty, and I don't know what that is. It's not. I don't know if the ground shakes. I think there's an effect from another volcano. Or I said volcano. I think that's what it is, though. I think there's some effects from a volcano event someplace else. Oh, that's weird. It's very weird. Dave, remind me, send me a WhatsApp and remind me to look at that a little bit closer. Yeah, remind me about that, because I want to do a reading on that. I want to do like a long production reading. Let's skip over to Amanda, and then I've got to flip over. You have a new listing. Will it sell in time before the volcano? No, I'm kidding. And if so, do I find the buyer? Will it sell in time? Ooh. Yeah, this one's a tough one. This is a tough sell. What's going on with this? Need a little St. Joseph upside down in the front yard. Little St. Joseph upside down in the front yard. Let me do this, guys. I got to flip us over to public and make us public. Just bear with me. Go in public. All right, buckle up. Maybe here come the trolls, guys. There we go. And we're public. Oh, no more naughty guys. No, we're public now. So, something very interesting about this house. Let me see what this house needs. Yeah, you know, it's weird, Amanda, because I'm like, the house needs a priest. I I don't know if this house had like some fighting in it. It needs to we need to kind of let all the crazy stuff out of there. Welcome to the new jump inners. Hi Stephanie, hi Karen, guys. Jump on in. So yeah, if there was some negativity in that house, I do think we need to do a little bit of a cleansing. So I would recommend sound cleansing it. So why do I say that? Hi Tina. Sound cleansing actually kind of reaches all of the corners. So if you can get yourself one of those crystal sound bowls, they're fairly inexpensive if you buy like the whole set, like it's like $1,500. But if you get like the just get the earth resonance one. Is it F sharp? That's earth resonance.
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's F sharp. It's the sound that I don't know about sage. I feel like the sound is better for it, Amanda. I feel like the sound's gonna come back and forth on the walls and like really lift everything up. I think that's gonna work. I wouldn't sage it. You know why? Because it feels like it needs a blank slate, and sage can sometimes work with the patina that's there. This feels like it really needs a blank slate put in there. I'll send you a link to the sound bowl that I have upstairs. It really does make a difference. I know it sounds nuts to some people that don't believe. If the HG tutor was on here, you'd be like, what is this woman talking about? 333. You know what I'm doing, guys? It's the beginning of the month. I'm going to give away some memberships. Oh, wait. Do I have memberships? Oh, I do. I got to go over to the other channel. Ba-dum-bum. Da-da-da-da. Oh, it's asking me to join. Wait, do I not have any memberships? Why don't I have any memberships to give away? I usually have them at the beginning of the month. Close that. Hang on. Huh, that's weird. Usually I can give away memberships and I can't right now. Huh. All right, we'll figure it out later. Figure it out later. Maybe they're not doing that anymore. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I'll do it right now. Here, let me find the sound bowl. And you guys are patient. You can wait a second or two. So this one my mom got me. F sharp. Oh, for Pete's sake. So this is not the exact one that I have. The one that I have has some color to it, but it's going to give you an idea of what you can get. And you'll see like some of these, they have the kits here. For you can buy you can collect the whole set for like $500. Collect the whole set. There's a 10-inch kit here. They have mallet sets that you can get. They're actually pretty cool. Oh, Marianne, go on your date night. Super fun. Super fun. So I am not seeing the exact one that I have. Oh, this is cool though. There's a singing bowl machine. You can get this. Or maybe not. There we go. Copy link. That is a singing bowl machine. That is very cool. So, yeah, I like the singing bowls. Hi, Trevor. After doing like a traditional cleansing, after you actually like clean your house, I like doing the singing bowls. And then I hook it up with yes, the bronze bowls use the same one. The same thing. The F sharp frequency is something that will it works with the same resonance as the earth. So best of luck, Amanda. I once you do that, I think we see more people come in. Marianne, have a good date. Don't get into the same trouble I did when I drank too many Cosmos. I wound up with a son. I did. I almost named him Cosmo. So, Trevor, I was worried. I was booked over Sue Smith. I saw she was live too. So I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're here. So once you do that, will it sell? There's going to be negotiation on the price. Whoever comes over to buy that house, there's going to be negotiation on the price. So buckle up for that. Get yourself the Chris Voss Never Split the Difference audiobook, and you will be able to negotiate that. I love Chris Voss. Love him. So, all right. Samantha, Megan almost called Archie Oscar. Really? Oh, Oscar Mayer Wiener. I get it. I get it. Sometimes I'm slow. Drusilla. All right. You're considering dating again. Should you try online dating? Everybody that's jumping in the chat, drop your questions. Trevor, what do you want to know from the great beyond? What kind of secrets can I unveil for you? Considering dating again, should you try online dating? I have an opinion about online dating, but I'm going to reserve it until after I'm done with this. Hi, Sky Creations. This is a huge yes, Drusilla. This is a big old yes. Amanda, thank you. You are the best. You are my favorite. Mwah. I actually was going to text you the other day before you texted me with all that hubbub about Trump and Elon. Hi, Humanaki. Dave, you are a trooper. I know. Dave, I'm seeing you all over the place. Apparently, you did not sleep last night. So, Drusilla, this is a big fat yes. This is a big fat yes. What are you going to find at the end of that internet rainbow? My nose is so stuffy. Did I not take my allergy medicine today?
I don't know.
I think I did. Oh. Huh. You're going to find a lot of fun there. That Three of Hearts, the Three of Pentacles, from the slap. The Three of Swords in reverse is about restoring your faith in people. You do background checks before the first date, unless he's the first responder. So,
more.
Yeah, Greg said, "Do look them up more." Then. So I actually dated another first responder, and I had asked Greg, obviously before we were dating, and I was like, "Is this dude a good dude?" And he said, "Yeah, he's a cop's cop, but go ahead." And he turned out to be a jerk, like a big jerk.
Nice to meet.
Well, apparently he was nice to lots of people. But yes, so thanks, Greg. Greg was just setting me up with like a really bad boyfriend, so I would date him next.
He looked like a saint.
He did. He made you look awesome, and you're taller. So, truth, Greg is taller. But hello, Mel. Welcome back. So, so let me see. What else? What other questions do we have? I don't have any questions on the board. So if you got questions, guys, start dropping them in. Drop them in. Drop them in. I will answer anything you want to know. Oh, you girls are getting naughty in the chat. If he's a firefighter, I do them. And Samantha said, the uniform or the hose? She said the background check. Sky Creations. Hello, my dear. Hello, my dear. No, that's okay. That's okay. I got you. I got you. I'm looking. I'm looking. Oh, wait. Tina was up. So Tina, hang on one second, Sky Creations. Where's your question? There we go. Okay. Do Sky Creations first. Tina, you're next. You're next. I see you, Sam. I see you. Or Mel. Okay. Whoops. All right. I got these in order on the other side. So what side of my family did I get my gift? My mom's. So once upon a time, there's a legend in my family about my great grandmother leaving Scotland. Her mother did not want her to leave Scotland, and according to the legend, she cursed her from the dock as the boat was leaving. I have no idea what year this was. And that great grandmother had a very tough go of it. She had 2 or 3 sets of twins. She had a lot of kids. Her husband was a drunk. And according to legend, one night when he had passed out, she was sick of him getting up and going drinking again. She sewed him into his sheets. So that's according to legend. But at one point, the kids wound up in an orphanage. Like there was a lot of drama that went along with that. But that is the side of the family that the woo-woo comes from. So, but my mom is half Italian. So the Italian side, my mom is actually very, very psychic. She doesn't like to admit it, but she's very, very psychic. And it comes from that side. So my cousin Michael's got a little precognition. My son has it. He just doesn't want to deal with it just yet. But my aunts all have a little bit of it, honestly, like never cross a Scots curses, right? So yeah, cursing us from the dock as that her daughter is leaving to become an American. God bless America, but kind of wish we stayed there. So but yeah, so that's the side that I get it from. Sky Creations. There we go. Back to you, my dear. But yeah, you guys can ask me anything. Questions. You can ask me questions. Oh, you can't gift a membership either. Huh. Did I get demonetized? Let me see if I can tip myself. Yeah, I guess I can. Oh, that's weird. Maybe it might be because it's the beginning of the month. I have no idea. So weird. So should you trust your roommates that you will meet when you move? So I think you have 3. Samantha, I think you have 3. There's going to be 3 different elements here when you move over there. One is going to be a pain. One's going to become a lifelong friend. And then if there is that third, this one's like kind of into their studies and just kind of into themselves. One's going to be a little bit annoying, and I think this one is just like a garden variety, inconsiderate, kind of noisy, messy. I'm at school, I'm having a great time. This one's stumbling in late at night, kind of stumbling in, doing that kind of stuff. But one is going to become a lifelong bosom buddy. One is exactly the kind of student that you are, and the kind of on the same track as you. Let's put it that way. They are preparing for their future diligently and smartly. So I think that's fine. What is it? What is the living experience going to be? Hang on, let me just. Bloop. Living experience for you going to be is going to be pleasant. Is going to be weird. Seven of Swords. I think you're going to switch around a roommate. If you have more than one, I think there's going to be one that you switch around. I think one's going to be a bit much. One's going to be a bit much. Dave, you have a long weekend? Woohoo! Aw, Drusilla. Thank you, my dear. Thank you, Drusilla. That is super, super nice. Thank you. I appreciate that. So Sky Creations, my dear. If there is some shuffling of roommates, don't worry about that. Not a big deal. It happens to plenty of people, I do think there's going to be an issue with somebody who has a day off that you guys don't. I think it's going to be like your Friday night is going to be like their Tuesday night, and they are going to not have consideration for people that have to go to work. But it's like a young person's issue. We all had that. I had a crazy roommate who slept with all my friends in one night. She did. It was gross. The smell in the living room was really atrocious. Yeah, she slept with all of my friends in one night. Yeah, in my living room, on my couch. Yeah. Then she threatened to kill my dog. And she had to go. I actually had to very politely say, you got to get out because none of my friends will come over here. She did. She collected the whole set. Really something else. We were young. She was like 21. She didn't know any better. So Dave's talking about King Charles. We're going to have to read on King Charles. I have to do a little reading on him. So, Hutch S, how is your fare going to? Are you going to be a bazillionaire or a hundredaire? I saw in the comments. Yeah, Humanaki. I think she was just trying to get everybody to like her best. They did. So it's actually a pretty funny story because my buddy Mikey P did not participate in the fun. And when I got downstairs, I was going surfing, and it was flat that day, so I wasn't going surfing. I was going paddleboarding, or not paddleboarding. I was going boogie boarding. But Mikey P was sitting there watching Raging Bull, and he looked like he saw things that were very bad. And I was like, Mikey P, you wanna go for a paddle? Like, it's flat, but you want to go for a paddle? And he was like, yeah, I think I need to. And so we put on rollerblades and we're skating up to the beach. And I'm like, what the hell went on? Like, are you okay? Like, what happened? And he was like, oh my God, it was horrible. Everyone banged her. And I was like, what? And then I was like, but Dave was down there, the guy I was dating. And he was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, what? So it's very gross. But apparently I cracked Dave's tooth when I smacked him when I went back to the house. I did smack him. And he told me I cracked his tooth when I was like 40 years old. And I was like, seriously? Like, really? You've been carrying that around for?
Well, he wasn't acting very womanly, was he?
He wasn't acting very womanly. All right, so I'm telling all kinds of stories. So, yeah. So, oh wait, what's going on? I'm 15 minutes of sick fame. Oh, my roommate? Yes. And my dog was a Rottweiler, and she was a cat person. So yeah, she was gross. Yes, 15 minutes of sick fame. Yes. Yes. So how will the Hutchess do at her fair? How will she do at her fair tomorrow? Should you stay in bed and make Paul make you some protein pancakes? You got to work, girl. Go to work. Oh, actually, Wheel of Fortune, 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 4 of Swords. You're going to make some money. Go. Go, baby, go. It's I'm going to pick this chair up. A little short today. Oh, there we go. That's better. I think you're going to make some money. Go. Go. Oh. I'm like, wait, Paul, are you going to the craft show tomorrow? Like, now I'm confused. Paul, I made a bad choice for lunch. I had a grilled Swiss on sourdough. So, So Jay, I'm trying to keep up the questions, guys. I'll let you know he's my muscle. Where can I place myself to get ahead in life and career? It's not working for me. Jay, I hope you're still here. Shout out in the comments if you're still here. Where can you place yourself? So are you in a city? Because I'm seeing more, it's not like New York City or, like some kind of like super intense city, but it's more of a business kind of area. I'm seeing there's like a 3 or 4 story steel and glass building, and it's very silver. The outside of it is very silver. I'm seeing that. It's weird because there used to be a printing press. You're in Los Angeles. There used to be, all right, so write this down, because where this building is, there used to be like a print shop, like a newspaper printing shop. So like, just kind of look that up, like see if there's like an old, where some of the old printing shops were. But this was like where they like printed newspapers. It's kind of cool. Oh. So, oh, no problem, Jay. So here's the thing, you're in LA, and I lived in LA for a little while. I know what it's like. I know, one of the things that someone told me when I moved there, they said, because I was like, oh, like, where are all the jobs? Like, how does this work? And they said, no matter what job you are applying for, there is someone standing behind you who will stab you in the back to take that job. Doesn't matter if it's a Starbucks job or what. This is an interesting place because it's the printing press was there, and there is an opportunity for you in that building. It is a like almost entry level job though, and there's momentum, there's movement, and it's something that you might not necessarily want to work for. So kind of. Oh, hi, Joe. Hi, Joe. Not Jay, but Joe. Okay. Um, this is a position that you're not going to love, but it's going to put money in your pockets. It's going to put you on a trajectory. So I hate to say it's hooking up to, thanks guys for putting everything in capitals. I appreciate that. I'm seeing you, Stephanie. I got yours, Karen. I've got yours. it's an industry I think that you have been trying to avoid. I think you're not really looking forward to getting involved in it. But even though it's something you don't like, it's a place that you can get ahead. And you will have to be a little bit surreptitious. I'm putting that very nicely. Joe, I don't know if I've ever seen you here before, so welcome to the fray over here. We're a little bit nutty. There's lots of nice people in the chat. We're multinational here. We've got Australia, we've got England, we've got Ireland, we've got the United States. We got the people in New Jersey over here. I'm in New Jersey. But Joe, I was out in LA for a number of years. I was out in California for a number of years before being sucked back into the vortex of New Jersey, where the taxes are high and the government's weird. So again, I hate to say, like, this is, if you want to get ahead in your life and your career, you've got to do the things that, oh, you wrote comments on the Maryland videos. Awesome. I had one more drop today. We did talk about Maryland a little bit in my video today, the wrap up for Diva Week. I hate to say, like, you got to do the dirty stuff in order to get ahead, but that I don't know if this is entertainment industry, but it's almost like you have to go into the back office of the entertainment industry, and you've got to do some cool stuff. Hutchis, Mel, and Paul, go have a nice date night. Everybody's going on date night. Have a nice time. I will see you guys later. We still need to catch up with you too. I know it's like once Greg retires, like, we'll have like a normal schedule, but he's like kind of all over the place right now in the lead up to retirement. It's like that scramble to graduation. You're in the music industry. Yeah. All right. So you're going to have to, Jay, my ex-husband works in the music industry out there. Huh. So the entertainment, and so Jay, I'm going to do a little diversion here. Let's take a look at the music industry, because I'm not going anywhere. We're hanging out for a bit. Let's take a look at the music industry in general. All this Diddy stuff, the surplus of music that we have now due to people being able to make music right at home because of technology. Thank you, technology. Let's see what the music industry is going to do. Music industry is losing a little bit of steam. The close examination of what is going to happen with it. So I think whenever there is a disruption in an industry, we see kind of a renaissance after it. So here's an example. And Jay, you're like kind of on, or Joe, you're on the cusp of this because you're only 43. But during the 80s, we saw all of these glam hair metal bands come out. And in my opinion, I don't know, Greg may have a different opinion. Randy Rhoads was killed in the plane crash. And then we had Vince Neil was in the accident with his best friend. What's his face? I can't remember his name. Crap. But one of his best friends died in a car accident. That was, pivotal. Both of those were pivotal. They were separate events, pivotal moments in glam rock. And so it started to erode. And then we wound up with this infusion of grunge. And then prior to grunge, we were kind of inundated and oversaturated with club music. It takes two to make things go right. We were kind of oversaturated with like that clubby dance music, and it almost became like too much. And then we got grunge, and grunge was kind of the antidote to that. And then grunge kind of petered out because everyone was on, that black tar thing, and people were dying left and right, and it became like really unattractive. So I think now we're oversaturated with a lot of hip hop, rap, R&B, and the whole Diddy thing is kind of the the top shelf of music. So I think that's what's going to happen with music right now. So I would say you're still really young. So I would look to the next couple of years, see what kind of music is coming up. I don't think it's going to be country or the other what is it like what do they call it modern country or something. It's what all the young kids at work listen to. Greg, I'm talking to you.
I don't know.
Well, you know what I'm saying. Kathy listens to it. It's like
Country pop kind of thing?
country pop. Yeah, I think that's kind of on the end of its shelf life too. So I think we're going to see something else emerge. There's going to be another forerunner. Is it going to be boy bands? I don't know. Is it going to be girl bands? Is it going to be K-pop? I don't know what it's going to be. But I think we are right now. We're in the kaleidoscope of music, and something is going to come out. So we got to spin the wheel and see what's coming up. Pop country. Thanks, Jay.
It's going to be a mixture
Joe.
Of heavy metal and Bollywood. There's a guy who does guitar riffs to this group of this trio of like singers.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds awesome. I gotta find it.
Greg will find that for us. I'll drop it in the comments later. That's like Metalachi. Like we listen to Metalachi sometimes on Taco Tuesday. And Metalachi is a mariachi band that plays metal songs like Iron Maiden, Metallica, and it is awesome. Awesome. It's the greatest thing ever. But like we did like the rap and metal thing for a while in the 90s with like Limp Bizkit, Korn. I think we are on a path to having, it's not like a new type of music emerging. It's just one is going to come to the fore. So, you know, is it going to be a return to stripped down music of like how grunge was, because like we started to see more acoustic things happening on MTV. Perhaps I think we're going to go more to like a cleaner kind of music, maybe something that's not so overproduced. I think people are tired of the overproduction. Nobody is really thrilled. Me as a trained singer, I am really annoyed about auto-tune, because anybody can sound really good with auto-tune. Yeah, like Chappelle wrote, thank you, Sabrina Carpenter. I just saw a video of Sabrina Carpenter, and the still shot, her butt is gorgeous. She has an amazing butt. I'm sorry, I'm just saying it. Sabrina Carpenter, well done on that peach. So I don't know what she's doing, but I'm showing George before I go to the gym the next time. I need that. And he'll probably say I need that too, right, Greg? George is one of Greg's friends who just wrote a program for me. So I am diligently practicing that at the gym. So, Megan the Stallion. Drusilla Martell. I'm telling you, like, I couldn't believe this. Still, I was like, damn, girl, she had heels and like these Daisy Dukes on. It's like, look at you. So good for her. So Joe, I hope that helped. Hope you become a member. I want to highlight Drusilla again. Thank you so much, Drusilla, for your contribution. All these contributions help me make more content. They keep things alive. They keep my internet paid for.
Andre Antunes.
Andre Antunes?
Antune.
Oh, can you drop that in the chat? Drop it in the chat. You're a mod, so you can drop links and things like that. You are. So Karen, how do I see these places and things? They just come to me, or do I have to ask questions? So I am very careful about we're still going, guys. I'm just switching it so you're not staring at a blank screen. I'm very careful about like when Gregopedia dropped the link for that. So when I go out to different places, I'll be very careful to do something called shielding myself, so that I'm not like absorbing all the information from everybody. But like when I walk into a room, like there's a fight going on before, like I pretty much know like what that fight was about. And I'm like, oh, we better leave because
Drama rule?
Huh?
Drama rule.
Drama rule. We have a 3 drama rule. So any of these list of dramas happen, and we leave an event. So Annabelle in a tinfoil hat. I need to build a tinfoil hat for myself. Don't you do it, Greg? I want to build one. So how it works initially, like when your abilities first start to come out, you'll just get these really quick flashes, like, oh, I should go buy a piece of cotton candy today. I don't know, anything can jump in your head. Like, I shouldn't go to class today. I shouldn't go to dance class today. And then when you go to dance class, you actually like twist your ankle or something. Um, Initially it's the precognition just happens very quickly like that. And it's just these little flashes. But as you practice and as you get better and better at being a psychic and being in that psychic moment, what happens, there's something called the aesthetic impact. So, and it's something Lori Williams talks about in remote viewing in the course that I took with intuitivespecialists.com. Um, when you're remote viewing, you will get like bits, it's like bits of the picture emerge. So you'll get like clouds, and then you'll see like a little yellow house, then you'll see like maybe a wheel of a car. And the more like you start to identify those bits, more and more of the picture starts to take place. And then there at one point you actually kind of step into that scene, and you can turn around, you can look, you can smell the flowers, you can feel if it's going to rain. um you can sense the temperature, the humidity, all that stuff. You can hear people talking in different houses. And you can move around in that. So like, when you guys see me close my eyes, sometimes I'm just kind of focusing a little bit more, and I'm like walking down the street, like turning a doorknob. You can like fly there, you can materialize there, whatever you need to do. So that's how I see these places and things. And when you guys hear me start to just like talk, like, I'm really far into it, and I'm just like kind of traveling down the street. It takes some time to get used to that. I do that with my past life regression people. Like, we'll go for a walk down the street, or the last one, Dave Murphy was in the last one with me. And I said, we're just going to go through our meals for the day, because your meals will tell you a lot about they will tell you a lot about your existence in a past life. So you'd be able to see, like, there might be a different kind of fruit there. You might think it's an apple, and then you get up close and it's like, oh, that's not an apple. That's something else. It's persimmon. Persimmon? Persimmon. It's a persimmon. So that's kind of how that works. So welcome to the new people. New people are coming in. I see new people coming in. Karen, I hope that answered your question. So wait, so I didn't fully answer it. So yes, if I am looking for a specific thing, yes, questions should be asked. But sometimes I will do a remote view and just go, all right, I just want to see what's going on there. And I'll take a lot of notes, like, Dave, I see your comment there. It doesn't scare the crap out of you. You know what scares the crap out of a psychic is like it, and it's not like it doesn't scare you, but it's when you get things right, you're like, oh my god, yeah, I can't believe it. It's amazing, that's amazing. Oh, your meal was disgusting, I forgot you had a gross meal. Yeah, Dave had a gross meal in the last one. But if any of you, I'm going to start doing more and more group events off YouTube. There'll be, video events where I do guided meditations. You guys can look for a lost object, or go into a past life, or anything like that. We can all do that. I did one that was specifically on Atlantis, and I think because it was such a fine topic that I think a lot of people didn't want to. They're, I'm not really interested in Atlantis, so it's easier if I just do past life regression. So we will have one booked in the next couple of weeks. So I may do 2 sections so that I can get both sides of the planet. Dave, that's specifically for you, my friend. So we'll have another one coming up presently. And We'll have some fun with it. Highly encourage you guys to do it. It is a good time. You'll be surprised at how much you get. I actually get you into a pretty deep place. So if nothing else, you get to relax. So Stephanie, I am wondering, will Prince William elevate Prince Edward and Duchess Sophie when he is king? So they're pretty high up. Duke and Duchess of Edinburgh are pretty high up, but will they get any other honors? There's our Hierophant. That is our seat of power, guys. So I do think that they're going to get more responsibilities, but I think his eye is more, and I can't remember their son's name, but I think Lady Louise and their son are, he's kind of leaning into them. Lady Louise, I think more so. I think she is a bit of a reflection of her mother. And I think they want that. I think they want a successor to Duchess Sophie, which would be lovely. I like Lady Louise, and she is one to watch for me. I am really like keeping an eye on her because I think she is a very interesting young lady. And I think she is her disposition. I think in order to be in the royal family, you have to have a certain disposition. I think Harry did not have that disposition. I think William did have a bit of a wilder disposition, but I think he was coachable. I don't think Harry was coachable. So strength in reverse, the sun, magician, and Six of Wands. So it will, I do think this is more focused on their children. So is it elevating them? Not necessarily, but it's elevating this particular family line. And I think that that's a good thing. I think Edward and Sophie will get a bigger chapter in the history books. Let's put it that way. Their line will have success, success, success after. The kids will be very successful. Their grandchildren will be very successful and prominent people in society. And I think that they do understand that they are a supporting cast. And I mean CAST, not CASTE. And I think that that's fine. Does Edward want something different for them? I think he does. I think he wants his lot to count more. I don't think that he is utilized for the resource that he is enough. And I think he does not feel very heard a lot of the time. And that is possibly something that comes down from Queen Elizabeth II, because I think he was absolved, elevating things with flower sprinkles. I think that he was absolved of a lot of responsibility toward the family and rulership because of some of his health issues that he's had. I think he has always been somewhat of a more delicate, not delicate, but a more delicate disposition. And I think he was allowed to not have to work as hard. I'm not saying that he's work shy, but I think he was kind of kept out of the equation and thereby didn't get that really firm foothold in the family business, so to speak. And so he continues to be a little bit undervalued by Charles and more so the courtiers. I think more so the courtiers. And I almost want to say that they treat Sophie with a bit more deference because she comes to the table a bit more businesslike. So I think that it is the family line that is going to be elevated, not with flower sprinkles, but I do think their family line is going to be elevated a bit more, a bit more, a bit more, a bit. And oh, that's all the questions I have on the table. Do. So I'm going to scroll back. Oh, that's a good question right there. Here, I'm going to give that a star. Let me see if I missed any. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me. I mean, hit this to you. So there we go. All right. So speaking of Atlantis, are any of the royals' DNA a part of Atlantis descendants? So no, in the British royal family, I am not getting. I'm putting this over here. I'm not getting that they are Atlanteans. Joe, I've got your question. I'm sorry, Jay. I'm going to keep calling you Jay because I'm reading. Um, I'm not getting that any of the BRF themselves are Atlanteans. I do think, no, I do think that Atlanteans have been married into the family, not Diana, Princess of Wales. The Atlanteans are darker now, guys. They are, we all want those Atlanteans to be like tall and blonde in California, blue-eyed, very strong, tanned, kind of robust people. And they're not. And I don't think that they were at the time. I think they were a mixed bag. Redheads, dark haired, darker skin. I think they were a mixed bag back in the day. Much like, hi, Merc, much like the America, like America here. Um, Nephilim, I saw that, Samantha. Saw that.
Were they even Homo sapiens?
The Atlanteans?
Yeah.
And that's kind of the thing. Like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, and we have the whole discussion of the Nephilim mating with the humans. Do you want to tell that story, Greg, for people that don't know it?
Well, the whole
That the Nephilim.
It's too big of a story.
It's too big of a story, says Gregopedia. So the Nephilim mated with the.
No, Nephilim were the product of the mating of the Anunnaki
And the science experiment, which we were the science experiment. And so then we got the Nephilim. But the Nephilim then
were too powerful.
And were taken out. And so we were left with the science experiment, the little meat puppets that we are. If we are talking about the royal family, does the royal family have, let me go back over here, the right to rule from God? Are they part of Ancient Aliens? And I do think So I'm not going to say that they are reptilian or anything like that. But I am going to say that they had, just say there are basements that there are some secrets in that we have. And is that, some weird spaceshipy thing and, there's shapeshifters and whatnot? I don't think so. But I do think that the line descends from an interesting point. Let's put it that way. I'm losing people right now. Samantha and Dave are both saying King Charles. I got in trouble for, from some viewers for doing a reading on what was going to be like without King Charles. So let's see how he's doing right now. We'll wrap up with this, guys. We'll wrap up with King Charles. Oof. That's tough. That's a tough one. I see you, Sharon. I got your question there too. We'll pull that up. He's moving on, guys. He's moving on. Let me shuffle for our outcome. So, Joe, I've always said that King Charles was going to be king for a day. It feels like a day. It wasn't very long, was it? It wasn't very long. But I do think that he is trying to do as much as he can while he is here. Is he happy about this? One of the things that I think is the sticking point for him is that his he has when he has to look back on his impact on the world, he has to look at his impact as Prince of Wales. It's not enough time for him to have impact as a king. So, that's a tough thing to do because he prepared his whole life to be king, and now he just has the his tenure as Prince of Wales to look back on for his success. So HG Tudor said Charles is a narcissist. I think he's angry. I think he feels robbed. This 7 of Swords in reverse, he feels robbed. He feels robbed. It's what?
Like the Sackville Baggins.
Yes, like the Sackville Bagginses. But I do think that this is a moving on. So let's get some timing on this, kids. I'm going to finish up this spread though. Strength, very impatient. Pentacles. I think one of the things I think is once they start palliative care, and I wonder if we are in palliative care now. So just to be sure, palliative care is a little bit different from hospice. Here in the United States, hospice and palliative care have they look very different from an insurance perspective. And so I assume that in the United Kingdom, and if you are the King of England, I'm sure the criteria is very different. But I do think that they are keeping him comfortable and keeping things at bay. I want to say I think that this tour that he's doing, this little visit around the Commonwealth, I think once this is done, they actually may keep him in England to avoid exposing him to things. I think that is a discussion that's being had right now. What was the statement they put out, Stephanie? I don't know what the statement was. Yeah, I just let me know what that statement. I don't know which statement you're talking about. If you let me know, I will address it, my dear. I hope it didn't sound mean when I said that. What statement? Because I'm such a meanie. But I do think once the palliative care starts, then he says, I'm going to, when we see him starting to vacation with George, when we see him doing outings with George, that's going to be a big indicator for you guys. Oh, Karen, thank you. I'm so glad you feel like that. And it is 2 hospitals he has to go. Oh, is it? And Para, I think it is a goodbye tour. But we're going to see him as the end approaches that he's, I'm sorry, but hair on my arms is going up. I think that when we see him visiting with George more, going on more things with George, he's trying to have some impact on his grandson the way that Queen Elizabeth had impact on William. He's going to try and take him under his wing and try and teach him what he knows about being a monarch, even though he didn't get to do it very long. He's going to talk to him about being the Prince of Wales, I think, because if we do have a changing of the guard, George is going to be Prince of Wales at a very young age. How old is he? 12 or 10? I think he's 10. Or no, Charlotte just turned 10. So he's 12, I think. You know what, Prince of Wales and oh, so here's something interesting. Let's take a look at this. Are you ready? I'm not going anywhere. Who is going to help George manage the Duchy of Cornwall? If we have a changing of the guard, who is going to help George with the Duchy of Cornwall? Mark my words. Hang on. I got to do this. Where is it? If the king passes, Harry and Meghan are going to offer, Harry is going to offer to help with the Duchy of Cornwall. They're going to make a public statement about how they will help. They will help. Let me drop this down, guys. Oh, Para, good one there. Good one there. So Dave, that may be palliative care. We may be in palliative care already. So who are our main players here, boys and girls? The courtier. So the courtier is going to help maintain the Duchy of Cornwall. I'm not going to use that. I'm only going to do one card. Courtiers. Is Prince William going to have to help him manage the Duchy of Cornwall? Is his mother going to help him? That is the current Princess of Wales. I'm throwing in Prince Andrew. I'm throwing in Harry. And I'm throwing in Sophie. Help me remember all these. So here, courtiers. No. Prince William. Prince William and his mother with the assistants. They're going to do this together. They're going to do this together. William and Catherine, they're going to make it work, guys. They're going to make it work. They're going to have good people advising them. What did I say this was? Prince Andrew? Hell no. Harry? Oh! What? What? And then, nope, that's not going to be the. I got to ask. How, pray tell, is Harry going to be involved in the Duchy of Cornwall? How is Harry going to be involved in the Duchy of Cornwall? I'm saying it right now, guys. I'm saying it right now. All of my friends are going to hate me on the internet. All of my friends from YouTube are going to hate me. So, I think Harry's going to go back into the family. And I think, is he the prodigal son that returns? No, I think he's the prodigal brother who returns. Oh, thank you, Caroline. Carolina, Carolina, your name is so beautiful. I love that name. So King Charles wasn't the Prince of Wales until the 1960s. There was no Prince of Wales since Edward became king and abdicated. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I do think that one of the things that Harry would be able to teach his young nephew, or I shouldn't say teach, but be an example of, is allowing the wrong people in. And I think that they do. I know it sounds terrible, guys. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to believe it. But I think if he does leave Meghan and return home, I think that he's the example as how to not let people near the family fortune. How to stay away, exactly, Stephanie. How to stay away from trashy social climbers. So we just scratched the surface on this. Are we diving headfirst into Harry and Meghan now, guys? Hands up. What do you want? What do you want? What do you want to say? What do you want to do? Harry and Meghan? Are we talking about Harry and Meghan? Drop it like a tad. Can I just say that I love every time Dan Wooten says slut drop? She slut dropped. He makes it sound so nice. The slut drop heard round the world. I don't do a Dan Wooten accent. I don't do one very well. I can't do a New Zealand accent. The only thing I can say is smoke detectors. All right, so vampires. That was more Australian. The birthing of the cement mixer. Can I just say, guys, for all of my English friends here, okay,
Americans are all the same.
we don't dance like that. Like that is pregnant women don't dance like that. I did not expect that W word to be part of Lady C's vocabulary, but there is a certain amount of decorum that you should have when you're pregnant.
That wasn't it.
And that wasn't it. That was exactly the opposite. Wasn't even close. It looks like I'm drinking alcohol.
Downright Walmart behavior.
No one's doing that. No one is twerking when they're pregnant. No one's twerking when they're pregnant.
Maybe Walmart.
Maybe I don't know. It's gross, but so I had two babies. I was pregnant twice. And with the first one, I had her 6 weeks early, and I actually was quite active, and I could do a lot of stuff. I wasn't, I was very fit. My son, not so much, no. And Meghan Markle was 8,000 times the size of me. So yeah, no one dances like that unless you're getting paid. Like you're, and for him, oh my God, to be standing there, oh, gross. Gross. It was an insult. It was an insult to all of our eyes. My eyes. So, let's do hang on. Oh, wait a minute. Let me answer. Sharon, I'm sorry. Prince Charles appeared to become emotional during his national anthems. Yes. Was this because of his feelings for Canada or his health and family drama? So was it to do with national spirit, family drama? I think it was his national pride. I think it was his national pride. I don't think it was. I get weepy when I hear the national anthem. I just dropped cards. I'm gonna get weepy because of that. Oh my gosh, everyone's everywhere. Hang on, please hold. Ever the professional, as ever. I said as ever. So I think he was feeling very emotional. So I don't think that video was filmed when she was actually having a baby, when someone was having a baby. I don't think so. I think all right, they're coming in fast and quick. All right, so America the Beautiful gets me, Samantha. All right, so let's do a check on how Megsy is doing in the moment. How is she doing today? Oh, decision making. King and Queen of Swords. The Hierophant is in behind her. Wands breaking things down. Justice, guys. There are decisions being made right now about leadership. She certainly wears the pants in the family, I think. Over here, Justice card. This is a lot of the time we see that with Divorce. She sees herself as released. Please release me, let me go. Others see her as heartless, not nice. Pentacles, that's her hope and fears. Letting go of all that money and learning her lesson. So what's our narrative going to be? Our narrative is, boom, I did as much as I could, but it was breaking my heart as long as I could. It was just breaking my heart over here. Three of Wands, my future lies elsewhere. I have to be the one to do it. What is the reason for it, Megan? I need to be free and protected to do my work. Free and protected. I need money to do my work. I need money to make a living moving forward. She doesn't want to work. I have to release myself from the devil, and I regret everything. Everything except for my children. Right? Yeah, children. There we go. I'm sorry that I picked this bozo to have babies with. He ruined the family that we were trying to craft. Misrepresented where he was. Now I have to start all over again for my children's sake. The children, the children, the children. She's just like Nancy Pelosi. Four of Swords, taking action. And this is out of love. I'm releasing him with love. Mark my words, when the divorce statement comes out, she's going to say, I'm releasing this marriage with love and joy. I'm releasing with love and joy. I don't want it to be terrible. Oh my God. Flowers in the attic. I never wanted to be a part of the royal family. We got that Empress card in reverse. I don't know if that's going to be something else. Page of Cups in reverse. Now I need money. So I'm telling you, this narrative is going to be, I've been saying this since I started reading on them. The narrative is going to be Harry was broken. I didn't know how broken until I think she'll say when they left. I think she may say that she tried to save him before they left. I tried to restore him. I tried to fix him with love. I tried to do it. I couldn't do it. He was just too broken. So how is Harry doing in the moment? Madam looks like she's ready to bugger off. I'm sure she likes a buggering. Right, Samantha? Woo! Got Randy in here, didn't it? Is that thunder? Is it a black helicopter?
No.
How is Harry doing? Is he hungry? Does he want roasted chicken? Harry is without a home. No man is an island. No man lives alone unless you're Harry. So it looks like both of the, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I sprinkled him with edible flowers. So both of them are looking back on this with regret. This is a big I told you so moment for Harry. This is an I told you so moment. The thing is that according to Dan Wooten, that and Lady C, I believe, said that there is no turning back for William. It's that other reading I got where he's going to be the example. I'm not sure how those pieces fit together, but he is looking back with serious regret. How the F do I get myself out of this situation? Over here, the sanctity and safety of the royal family seems so much more appealing right now. He's pining away. Pining away.
Pining for the fields.
Pining for the fields.
Fjords.
Fjords?
Yes, because it was a Norwegian blue. Norwegian.
Oh, is that what it was? Why did I think it was a budgie?
No, it was a Norwegian blue. Beautiful plumage.
It was. It's a delayed parrot.
The only reason that parrot had been on the person in the first place is because it had been nailed there.
So I think he's pining away for the fjords. Down here.
It is passed
on. Down here. Harry really, this is kind of, the sad moment, because I do think that Harry always thought he could say whatever he wanted. It's my family. They'll always take me back. I think he always felt that way. And here I do think that that's a conviction of his. Is it reality? I don't think so. I don't think they're going to take him back. I don't think they can trust him. He's ready to cut and run. Others, those around him are seeing him as being very sensible and powerful in this moment. Hopes and fears. The hope is that he can sustain it, and the outcome is new future. He's going to move back into where he goes. Yeah, Samantha, I gotta agree with you on that one. I don't think anybody's going to feel sorry for him. That Sophie is going to like grab him by the ear and go, "You cockwobble."
Ooh,
I love that word. Mel taught me that word.
Womble.
Womble,
Womble.
not wobble.
No, womble.
Cockwobble is something different. I'm sorry, guys. Is it cockwobble or cockwomble? In Australia, it's a cockwombat. Oh, I think I hit the wall, guys. Oh. It's like all those times I said damn squib instead of damn squib. Oh my god, I hurt myself. All right, so woo. Harry needs to stop being breeding. Breeding.
Yes, he does need to stop breeding.
Oh, Joe, you're funny in the comments too. I think I'm not drinking. I swear, this is an Arnold Palmer. It's iced tea and lemonade. Nothing alcoholic in here. So my daughter put something in my Yorkshire Red. So, all right. Huh. Whew. Is Harry going to wind up back in the United Kingdom? Dave, I'm going to ask AI to make one of those. Ah, what a day. What a lie. Oh my God. So, all right. Is Harry trying to get back into the royal family? Is he gearing up? Is he gearing up for the worldwide apology tour? More people reach out to your people. I ran out of ganja. Temperance. Guys, he's working up. He's working up for an apology tour. He is going to start being very apologetic toward the royal family. The fight's still there underneath. I do think he's going to blame them for his marriage not working, but home is the destination. Home is the destination. So, yes, Dave, we will do another Tipsy Tarot because that was fun. That was fun. I'll have a featured alcoholic beverage and we'll just see what happens. I have to do a reading for a girlfriend after this. Otherwise, I would start pounding shots. That could be fun. I could just do shot for shot, Greg. Every time I do spread, I'll do a shot. I'll have to ask you guys for for donations though, so I can go get an IV in the morning. We have those here. We have IV clinics that you can go to, and you can get a hangover, a bag for your hangover. You can do that. It's really cool. Huh? Well, that's why I said I would have to take donations for it. I'm not going to pollute myself that badly. Spreads and shots. Oh, Megan's next book. Oh my God, it's her next movie. So, all right. Let's look at the brothers' battle. We're at a stalemate. No hope for the future right now. Under the surface, they are always together. Mama Diana needs to come down. It's not looking good. What's illegal? What's illegal? McDonald's cheeseburger and fries. My girlfriend Tiffany used to do miso soup. She swore miso soup would cure a hangover.
I can see that. It's a lot of salt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
She's like, oh my God, I need miso. Oh my God. Should get her in the chat. Invite her in. Oh, hangover IVs are illegal. Really? So it's actually like a Menudo, like the band? No, Drusilla said Menudo will cure hangovers. Royale with cheese. Now I want a cheeseburger. I had a cheeseburger for dinner last night. It was not on my meal plan. Guys, I do think we have the prodigal son coming home, prodigal brother coming home. I don't think William will leave him out there that long. I think William will. What? So let's look at this. Let's do this. I think this will be my last spread. So, what is the relationship like between the two brothers? If Harry comes home. How? Oh, Mexican cow lining stomach soup. Okay. Yes, I knew there was. I knew it was something else. Why is there a band called that? So, how will William treat Harry if he is brought back into the family? And this is going to be the final spread, guys. Final spread. Knight of Pentacles. So I do think, yeah, oh. I do think that it will be disruptive to bring Harry back. I do think it will be disruptive, but I think that William will ultimately do it if he is on his own. And it's for his own protection and for the protection of the family. Oh, things are kicking off in New York. What's going on, Zephyr? What's happening? What's happening in New York? We got people up there. I have to make a call when we get off this. Yeah, what's happening? So others will see William will see himself as executing good judgment and resurrecting Harry from the dead. Others will see him as bringing in a bad player. The hope is that he is seen as a smart king. Ultimately, I think that Three of Cups, we're going to see initially a lack of success. So when we look at, oh, there's riots in New York right now. We're going to have to check that out, Greg. So initially there's going to be some backlash when he is accepted back. And then ultimately I think ultimately Harry does get seen on the balcony again. I think he does. I think he does. And I missed a question. Is Harry going to sell out Meghan? I think that was the question. I missed that. And then I'm going to finish up on this one. Is Harry going to Zephyr said, tell Greg to look at Nova City live right now.
Nova City?
Yeah, Novesity. Nova City. Yes. Novesity? Novesity. Thank you, Stephanie. Will he expose Meghan? Will he expose Meghan? Will Harry expose Meghan? And I've always said that Harry needs to write the book, How I Survived a Narcissist. Will he expose Meghan? Yeah. Wow. Death card, transformation, cups. It's the only way he can save himself and move into the future, guys. That's the only way he can do it. Five of Wands, it's going to cause him problems. Four of Swords, people are going to see him taking his peace, but they will see a renewed, smarter person. He's not going to be the goofball that he was before. I don't think that we'll see the fun Harry. I think we're going to see the restored, the person that is restored. He is going to be put back to rights. But I think he's going to be very different. I think this is going to be a story of this is going I think he'll Heidi. I think he's going to beat her to the punch. I think he's going to say, you know, I was taking substances, I was doing all kinds of things, and I was manipulated by this person, and unfortunately it can happen to anyone. I had allegedly children with her, and now I am forever entwined with this with my tormentor. I think he's going to say that. I do think that there's going to be a lot of support, and they're going to make a lot of fun for him. So this is like the kid that, you know, comes home, they're going to like fet him a great deal. They're going to treat him very well, but they're also not going to trust him. You know, he's always going to be treated like the addled, you know what I'm saying, the de-addled person in the family, and just not, he doesn't bring, there's no value. He doesn't bring any value to the table. That's wild, guys. I think I'm going to clip this and put it up on my channel as well. But until then, everybody have fun. Was this fun? I was on a bit longer than I expected, but yeah, I think, Dave, you're right that I think that if he comes clean, I think people will say, you know, he was kind of a victim of Samantha, that magical. I really do, and you know, it's sad because I think she kind of told him, she filled his cup, you know, and said, you know, you could do this, you could do this, you could be something great, you could be something better than your brother. I think she really filled his cup on that, and filled his head with a lot of information that wasn't necessarily true. So I hope you guys had fun. Thank you very much. I am off to do another private reading. If you guys would like your own magical reading, let me drop my link for you all. Like I said, I'm going to continue that sale indefinitely. I think through the summer. I think it's just easier if I keep this sale up for the summer. Copy. And paste. So again, you guys can book private readings on that link indefinitely at the discounted rate. It's actually, if you guys are members, it's better than your membership rate. So don't use the membership link. Members always have their own private link. So this is actually a better rate for you guys than the membership rate. So I'm having fun with it. But we'll read some more on celebrities and whatnot. And I'm trying to figure out what next week is going to be like, if we are going to do the bad boys of rock and roll. So I love me some Bon Scott. So maybe we'll do that. I don't know. He was a bad boy. He was a bad boy. So, all right, kids. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you guys tomorrow. We'll have a production for Gratitude Sunday, and I will have a tarot lesson included in that. So we'll talk. I'll do gratitude at first, and then I will go into a lesson about the major arcana. I think. So we will talk in a little bit. Thanks so much, friends. Mods, thank you so much. Fortunately, we're not seeing trolls. This is wait. Abdullah, at the last second, Abdullah. All right, Abdullah. When will Abdullah and Gori fix their relation again? Thank you for your contribution. Let me bring this up. Abdullah, I'm so glad that I was long-winded and I got you in at the last second. Hello, hello, Abdullah. Hello. Where are you from, Abdullah? What part of the world are you in? Is that New York?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything going on in New York. I think it was just news on a New York channel about the riots going on in LA.
So, Abdullah from India, thank you so much. I hope you are having a lovely, lovely day, and I hope your summer is moving sweetly. So, right now, you are at a stalemate. I don't think either of you are opening your mouths quite enough. Um, I do think that Gori does not have anything to say, and that you, Abdullah, you don't have the right tools to fix the problem. Like you, I don't think you quite understand what Gori's beef is. Um, right now, I think taking some space is a good idea. How do we correct though? How do we correct? Give this some time. I think we need a little bit more time on this. Um, I wouldn't say, months or anything like that, but just like give it like 4 weeks. I think it's like 4 weeks, just a cool down period. I know that sounds like a long time. Um, up to 4 weeks, I'm going to say. So just take your time and don't force the situation. Like I said, I do think that Gori has some nasty stuff to say, like right, and I don't mean, Gori's a nasty person, but I think there's a meanness in Gori's mouth right now. There's a lot of rash things that Gori would say. So sit tight. The love is there. The love is there. You just need a cooling down period. So cool down just a little bit more. Give it a couple of weeks. I don't know if you're married. I don't know if you're engaged. I don't know if you're a committed couple, if you live together. I don't know. But I think just some time to cool down. And then once everything cools down, you can get everything out into the open. And I think you may decide that the relationship is not as sustainable. You're in no contact. Okay. You may decide in a few weeks that that the goals are different. With time, I think you understand that the relationship is headed this way. You want one thing, Gori wants another thing. So just simmer down. Let me read for you before we get off. Just you, not relationship, Abdullah. Just you. Okay. What do you need to know in this moment? Be the Emperor. Choose. Two of Pentacles. Decide where you want decide what you want your world to look like. What travel into the future, like a year or two, and decide what that future looks like. Do you want to have children? Do you want to have two cars? Do you want to have a permanent home in India and another home in a vacation spot? Like, or do you have two small homes? Do you have one large home? Do you have decide what your world looks like? And I think then we realize that Gori is not in that same alignment. Gori is not on that same path. And so when we look at this part, this is your unconscious. This is what you actually want, what you're actually manifesting, what your destiny is. And when we look at what we want consciously, it's not in alignment with this. You have to go in a different direction. Be the chief of this. Don't wait for someone else to give you permission to pursue. That's really, and when we wait for a mate or a spouse or a relationship to blossom into something else, sometimes we miss windows of opportunity. This is very exciting for you. It is in the absence of Gory that we find joy. It is in the absence of Gory that we find that true destiny of where you belong, where your path goes. I think some time is good for you. And I think deciding where your path leads is really good. Because even though Gory may seem like the warm, fuzzy center of the universe, there's another out there that is more suited and that has that vision of that same lifestyle, whether it's the 1 house, 2 house, 3 house, 4 house, penthouse, traveling around, getting on a boat, going from sea to sea. There's someone who shares your dream and shares the way that you want to live your life. And I don't think that Gory did. I think Gory was Gory's got a very sharp tongue, very sharp tongue. And I think you need someone who speaks a little sweeter. I think you need someone who, Gory's angry right now though, so that sharp tongue is a little bit of anger. But I think if you take that space and live in that peace for a little bit, you're going to find that your direction's going to be a lot different. That the focus of your ship is going to go in a different way. You can see little ships tossing on the water back there. I think your ship is going to go in a little bit of a different direction. So I'm glad I caught you at the last second. Thankfully, because if I didn't, I would have felt terrible if you had dropped that super chat and didn't get your reading. So thank you so much, Abdullah. Abdullah, I hope you'll join the pack and subscribe. We're having a lot of fun over here. I'm seeing a subscriber bloom just in the last 48 hours. So I hope that you're part of that. I'm getting a little bit more exposure to other places. We have other people from India here, so you'll be in good company with us crazy Americans and Britons and Canadians. We got all kinds in here. So have a great night, everybody. I think I'm going to do the lives on Saturday. If you guys like them, not on a weekday. I do have to do them pretty early so that I can get everybody in. So I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Like I said, sales going on. You keep booking readings. I may open up some hours tomorrow, but I'm going to make that decision a little bit later tonight. I'll put up a notice if I do open them up. If you go to my community page, you're going to see a cute, adorable Pusheen. She was feeling a little PR neglected in our house because the kittens were getting so much PR. But tomorrow I will put up, or actually tonight, I will put up a poll or requests for Mixtape Monday. We'll be back to Mixtape Monday next week. Okay. So okay. Abdullah. All right. Abdullah's back. Will Gory come back or are you wasting your time? Gory's mad right now. I want you to know that Gory's very, very mad right now. So will Gory come back in the moment? She's thinking sweet thoughts for sure. Not in the moment. Okay. So, I mean, but that can change because like Gory can calm down a little bit later and maybe go, But I do think Gory is quite fond of you, but very angry in the moment. So, so yeah. Oh, thank you, Zephyr. So I do think that, like I said, give it a little bit of time, but I think you're going to find out that you're going in a little bit of a direction that Gory's not. So, but I am going to jump off now, guys. I am going to jump off. So thank you, everybody. Thank you, Abdullah. It's nice to meet you. Thank you, Zephyr. You are awesome. Mandy, it's good to see you too. And I'm going to pop off. Have a great rest of your night. I'll see you guys soon. Bye.